What's up, athletes, and welcome to Deathloop. I think this is an RPG Maker game. I could be wrong, but it looked interesting. Disclaimer, this game is uploaded with a full written premise from the original developer. What? Is this a re-upload of someone else's game? Who are you? How did you get here?
You don't remember, do you?
Oh, there's actually voice acting. Let me turn it up. For me. I can't hear it. You guys should be fine. You open your mouth, but before you can utter a single word, the voice suddenly cuts you off.
Or freedom. What would you choose?
Happiness.
I guess we'll find out soon enough.
Maybe this is a visual novel. I don't know. I downloaded an RPG Maker game a while ago, so we'll see. Nope, this is a visual novel. Hey, how long are you going to stand there? You look around in confusion. It seems you're standing in front of a school. Snap out of it, weirdo. We're already 15 minutes late. Before you could say a single word, the orange-haired girl grabbed you by the arm and dragged you with her. A few minutes later, the two of you stood side by side facing a packed classroom. This looks pretty empty. The teacher looked at you for a few seconds before facing the class and making an announcement. Attention, everyone. Today we welcome 2 new transfer students. Can you do me a favor and introduce yourselves to the class? The name's Muriel. I look forward to meeting you all. Muriel spoke as she addressed the class. Everyone's gaze turned to you now. You should introduce yourself. Who are you? Please left-click on the designated white field, write your name, and confirm it. Okay. Franklin. You face the rest of the class and speak. It's very nice meeting you all. Please call me Franklin. All eyes were suddenly on you, or more precisely, on Muriel as the two of you took your designated seats. That's right, today's your first day at Sandy High School. You and Muriel moved to the city last week and decided to transfer to this school. This makes complete sense, but you can't help but feel like something is really off here. The teacher let out another long sigh and went on with the lecture. A few hours later, it was finally lunchtime. I'm headed to the admin office to finalize your registration. Wait, why are you doing that? Shouldn't my parents be doing that? Want me to come with? That won't be necessary, Franklin. You have more important things to do anyway. This place will be your home for a while. So you should go around and get yourself acclimated. I don't think I've ever heard that word used. I know the word, but I don't think I've ever actually heard it used before. Acclimated to your new surroundings. Maybe buy us some lunch while you're at it. Looks like Muriel didn't feel like waiting in line, so she shoved the boring job onto you. See ya! Muriel then turned around and left. You could see some of your new classmates wanting to chat with her, but she just completely ignored them and left. Okay, what now? Should you head straight to the cafeteria? Or maybe you should wait until the cafeteria clears out a bit. Perhaps you could look around for a bit. Where do you want to go? I want to go to the cafeteria, but let's go to the roof, I guess. You leave your classroom and head toward the roof. After climbing a few flights of stairs, you finally reach the roof. The view from here is breathtaking. You can pretty much see the whole city from up here. You keep looking around in awe when suddenly... Huh? It seems you're not alone up here. There's someone else. Someone who's lying on the ground a few meters away from you. You slowly approach them while keeping an eye on your surroundings. The more you approached, the closer their face came into view. But for some reason, you can't make out their face. What is it, Slender Man? Everything feels distorted somehow. The closer you get to them, the more distorted your vision becomes. You need to get close. You need to get closer to them. Only then will you be able to make out their face. Only then will you be able to tell who they are. Every fiber of your being is suddenly screaming for you to stop. To turn around and look away. To pretend you never came here in the first place. But you continued approaching until they were right there in front of you. What will you do now? Look at their face at this point! You lower your head and stare straight at their face, refusing to look away. The person lying on the ground suddenly opens his eyes. Okay. I don't understand. Okay. There's no skip button like a lot of other visual novels have. Oh, that's annoying. I don't think this was made with, I think it's Ren'Py that do visual novels normally. Alright, let's see what happens if I go back to the roof and look away. Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. What? No, back. Okay. Okay. Hold on. What will you do now? You quickly looked away and started backing away. The further you walked away, the clearer your vision became. Until everything settled down, you let out a sigh of relief when suddenly... Hassan, huh? Yo, what are you doing up here? What's wrong? Well, it's noon. What's wrong? Why do you look so freaked out? You take another look around you. The strange person who was lying on the ground is nowhere to be seen. Wait a second, you're the new transfer student, aren't you? Franklin, right? You give Hassan a puzzling look. Surprised I know your name, huh? Don't worry, dude. I'm not like a stalker or anything. I'm simply a milker. Why do I even have the option to click? Like... if I don't have choices, why give me a choice? Seriously? You've never heard of milkers, Franklin? Don't you have them in your old school? No worries, I'll tell you everything you need to know. But not right now. I'm kind of meeting my first ever client here. It's very hush-hush, too, so I would appreciate it if you leave before they show up. Just meet here at the same time tomorrow, okay? Don't worry, I'll explain everything then. Gah! Hassan let out another laugh as he kept urging you to leave. Before you know it, you're back in the hallway. With that weird encounter at the back of your mind, you head toward the cafeteria. After that weird encounter, you finally arrive at your destination. It's time to stand in line and buy lunch for you and Muriel. However, no matter where you look, the cafeteria is completely empty. Not a single student around. This makes no sense. Even though you did show up late to avoid the crowd, it's still lunchtime. The school cafeteria should not be empty right now. You keep looking around in confusion when someone suddenly appears in front of you. Cece, huh? It's you! Oh god, it's really you, Franklin! Cece suddenly jumped on you and gave you a tight hug. How did you get here? I'm super happy to see you again, but I don't understand. How are you here? You're in complete control. You're you! Cece stares at you in confusion. Her expression displayed both happiness and fear. It seems she's hoping you'll be able to answer her questions and put her mind at ease. Sadly, however, you're as confused, if not more confused, than she. So you simply take a step back and explain everything that happened to you so far. Really? So you just found yourself at the front gate of the school? Just like that? You nod your head. What about before that? How did you get here? How did you find this? Before Cece can even finish her words, a loud voice interrupted your conversation. Good, you're both here. I finalized your registration, Franklin. Congratulations, you're officially a candidate now. Candidate? Don't worry, I'll explain everything soon enough. But first, let's get the other candidates in here. Meryl spoke as she snapped her fingers. 6 other people suddenly showed up in the cafeteria. I'm getting some weird vibes from this game, and they're not good. Like, not... I don't know how to explain it. Okay. I think we got... Okay. I don't think I need to explain it now. What the hell is happening? Yo, dudes. How'd I teleport to the cafeteria? Did I finally awaken my superpowers? This must be part of the test. Wow, that's so cool! I felt like I was floating in space for a moment there. Teleport me again. Her name's Zero, really? Why are there so many female characters in this game? I don't like this. There's something weird about this game. Did it teleport? Okay, enough delays. Let's begin. First, let me congratulate you all on surviving the first trial of the game. The first trial? Yes, every person in the school was a potential candidate. I say was because except for you 8, the rest have been killed off. What? This school was set specifically for this trial. You were all transferred here, and your memories were manipulated. Those with a weak will, with a pitiful presence. The observers of this world simply accepted their new reality and went on with their lives. They attended class, stood in line at the cafeteria, and enjoyed a carefree high school life. Not once stopping or wondering how they even got here in the first place. Pitiful NPCs, huh? However, you 8 were different. You saw through this fake existence. You refused to look away and accept the sweet lie. You questioned your reality. And for that, you're still alive. However, the game has just begun, and your continuous survival is not yet assured. After all, only one of you 8 will leave this place alive. Okay. Why the hell are you doing this? You're playing a pretty sick game, little girl. Who do you work for? That's a weird question to ask. You 2 are asking the wrong questions. Or rather, you're asking them at the wrong time. I don't even know what to say. Like... They should be asking you about the second trial, huh? The second trial. I guess since she called the high school experiment the first trial, then that could only mean there's going to be more. Wow! What an Einstein! Correct, Carmine. The second trial is the real main event. It's the real reason you're all here. In order to pick the winner among you, you 8 will be playing a certain game. The game has many names and many different iterations. However, the most common name for it is the werewolf game. That's kind of a boring name. The fucking social deduction game? Is this some sort of joke? You want us to play a children's game? I won't take it lightly if I were you, Jack. The second trial might be based on the werewolf game, but the consequences are very real. You won't be role-playing around. You'll become the roles given. Roles? Standing among you right now is a real killer. He or she will target and seek your death without any hesitation. Your only chance at survival is exposing the killer and voting them off at the end of the day. So it's Mafia and Salem's Lot. Standard werewolf rules. However, in addition to the killer and innocent role, there are 3 additional special roles. First, the guardian angel role. The person with the Guardian Angel role will be able to choose and protect one other person each night. Is that not a standard rule in these kinds of games? If the Guardian Angel chooses to protect the person the killer targets, then congratulations. You have managed to prevent the killer from claiming their victim. The second role is the Vigilante role. I'm not doing the voice, I'm sorry. The person with the Vigilante role is able to target and kill one person each night. However, targeting and killing anyone who is not the killer will... What?! Targeting and killing anyone who is not the killer will result in the Vigilante killing themselves? That doesn't make any sense! A pretty fair trade-off if you ask me. No, it's not! Finally, the third and last role is the detective role. The person with the detective role is able to investigate one person each night to determine if they are the killer or not. However, convincing others about your findings without exposing your role to the killer is a whole other matter. As you can see, each role has its advantages and disadvantages, ensuring a fair trial. Now, to end this explanation, I would like to remind the killer that targeting someone during daytime is completely forbidden. Why? Breaking this rule, or any other rule for that matter, will result in the offender being immediately killed. Every single one of you is implanted with a small chip in your brain. The chip is completely attached to your optic nerve and is able to witness anything you see. That's not how... Okay. Upon the discovery of any rule infringement, the chip will automatically release a powerful electric surge through your nerves, thus frying your brain and immediately killing you. You planted something in our brain?! As long as you don't break the rule, you'll have nothing to worry about. Now, unless you have any other questions about the game, I'll be seeing you at sunset. Okay, I'll be honest, this game took a turn. I didn't expect it to be this. I didn't read that. Why don't they do like a normal visual novel thing where you just go back a screen? Meryl then walked past you and walked toward the exit. You all kept following her with your gaze when suddenly she stopped and turned around. She was looking back at all of you, but you could swear she was looking straight into your eyes. Welcome back to the Null game. What the fuck is this? I can't even skip this. The story returns, huh? A brand new adventure. Expanded like never before. Null 2. This is a sequel, I guess?
Happiness or freedom? What would you choose?
Okay. Okay, I don't... Why would you not just call it advertise that it's a sequel in your title? I thought this was its own game. Apparently, there's a whole other game that I didn't know about, and I'm missing crucial context to the lore. Because the game on Itch.io is just called Deathloop. So I thought, oh, it's a game where the premise is dying and trying again and again and again and again. Apparently, this is a sequel to some other game I'm assuming is called Null. You lift your head to the mighty blue sky while trying to process what just happened. when suddenly a voice brings you back to reality. Hey, are you okay? You look back at Cece and nod your head. The Null game is happening again, huh? And by the look of it, this one is even more messed up than the last. Not only is the game's host different this time around, but so are the participants. Or at least some of them. The setting is different too. Why Sandy High School out of all places? Why Mural? Why her? Why a version of his daughter? Sorry, Franklin. I don't mean to confuse you. I'm confused. I don't know what the fuck's going on. I thought I was going to play something different. After all, Cece suddenly approached you and held your hand. You have no idea how happy I am to see you again. You have no idea how much I waited for this. Franklin, we're finally together again. Oh, God. Cece leans forward as she held tighter to your hands when... Kaya, what's happening here? Very shameless, very shameless. Cece let go of your hand and faced Zero. What do you want, weirdo? Don't be like that, Cece-chan. There is nothing wrong with forming alliances. It's the only way to survive this game, right? Right? And what better way to cement an alliance than a pretty heated kiss? Heh. That's not what we're doing. Haha, sure, Cece-chan. I'll get off your hair. I didn't mean to cock-block you or anything. Heh. Have fun, wink wink. Zero then waved her hand and left. You watched her leave until she left your sight. Damn, Zero, she's no less a freak than as a participant. But she's right about something, Franklin. The Null game has officially started. Alliances are bound to be formed. And sooner or later, this game will spiral into fucking madness again. Null game is the lamest name for any of these, for a death game. That is the lamest name. We need to escape early this time. Trust me, Franklin. This is the only way to truly survive this game. You look back at Cece and nod your head. First, we should start by searching the place. Last time I just dragged you along with me from one place to another. Not once did I ask your input. So how about you lead the search this time around? Where do you think we should go? I don't... Roof, why not? I've been to the roof before. The rooftops? You think we can find something there? Alright, let's head up. I thought we were supposed to be playing like a werewolf game. Like, what's with the whole day? What are we supposed to do during the day before? I don't know. With CC by your side, this game doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I'm clearly missing context. There's another game that I apparently should have played before this, but I mean, when I go to Itch.io and I download games from Itch.io, I don't necessarily read the description because I like going into games blind. This caused problems, obviously. But I go into games blind mostly because I think it's more fun to see just what a developer has cooked up without them over explaining everything about their game. Some games they spoil like everything in the description. But I don't think I should have to read your description to know if your game is a sequel. I think you should make that very clear with the title of your game. But whatever. With Cece by your side, you two start heading to the school's rooftops. As you walk through the hallways, you notice how empty the school suddenly became. The hundreds of students who once roamed the halls are nowhere to be seen. After climbing the stairs, you two finally arrive to the roof, but it seems someone is already here. Yo, it's Franklin and Cece. Are you guys teaming up or something? What are you doing up here, Hassan? That's where I do business, dear Cecilia. You must know this is a temporary HQ of the Milkers. The Milkers? Not you too, Cecilia. Doesn't anyone remember the Milkers anymore? They were the stuff of legends. A group able to produce any kind of intel. They were active in pretty much every high school in the capital and specialized in obtaining intimate information. What the fuck am I playing? I'm not even really playing anything. I haven't got to do anything except make like 2 choices. Hell, they're the reason half these high school losers ever managed to get a girlfriend. They're literally the coolest shit ever. And I'm bringing them back. Yeah, you. Well, there's only 7 people here. I founded an information network across the school, and we're already getting requests from romantically inept losers, ahem, clients. It's only a matter of time before the word milker is on the tongue of every student in the school. I will create a milker group that will never fade. Hassan spoke while punching his fist in the air. Hey, dumbass! You do know the school is no longer. Okay. Except for the 8 of us, the others were killed and disposed of. How will you run your creepy business with no one around? Yeah! You're thinking short term, dear Cecilia. Once I win this game show, my face will be plastered all over the TV. Business will be flooding through my door like crazy. Gah! Sigh, this dumbass didn't change one bit. By the way, Franklin, my offer from when we first met still stands. Just because we're competing on opposite sides during this game show doesn't mean we can't be business partners later on. I see potential in you, Franklin. You only showed up to the school today, and you're already got Cece here giving you the googly eyes. Gah! You have the making of an amazing milker. And with my guidance, you can have bitches left and right dropping on their knees for you. Gah! Hassan continued laughing out loud while tapping your shoulder. Well, aren't you two getting all buddy-buddy? I didn't know you were interested in getting bitches, Franklin. Cece displayed an angry expression on her face as you two left Hassan behind and went back downstairs. You two spent the next few hours investigating the different classrooms of the school, but much like every other classroom in the place, it was completely abandoned. All of those students who once roamed the halls were completely gone, almost like they never existed in the first place. You looked through the window, the mighty blue sky suddenly turned orange, signaling the end of day. It's already sunset. Cece suddenly holds your hand as you two stare the window. It's okay. You did your best. What did I do? I didn't do anything. We did our best. Whatever's gonna happen now, we'll face it together, okay? Just you and me. Like always. Cece tightens her grip on your hand. Behind that beautiful smile of hers, you can sense fear. You can sense an immense fear that would shatter the very fabric of reality if it ever comes out. But it's not fear for her life. It's not a fear of death, of the unknown. It's a fear for you, for your existence, for your future together. Aw, so romantic. You hold tight at Cece's hand as a strange feeling suddenly shocks your senses. The next time you open your eyes, you find yourself standing in the cafeteria. But you're not alone. Cece and the rest of your companions are all there. But most of all, she is here too. I guess I died. Why did I die? Nobody knows, but I died again. Welcome back, everyone. Hey, Muriel. I don't know what... Oh, I guess I didn't die. She just brought us here for the werewolf game, I guess. I don't know what strange trick you guys are using for this teleportation thing, but it's really making me nauseous. Can I talk with one of the executive producers about it? Is he supposed to be retarded? I don't understand. I can't have the cuties at home seeing me puke on live TV. Muriel stared at Hassan for a few seconds before she rolled her eyes and faced the rest of you. Now that you're all here, allow me to explain the voting process. Standing among you right now is a killer. Starting tonight, the killer will claim a victim with each passing night. The voting process is your main way of finding and eliminating the killer. The process is simple. You simply discuss the situation among each other and then vote. Each one of you gets a vote, and the person with the highest number of votes gets eliminated. Any questions? By eliminated, you mean killed, right? Whoever gets the highest number of votes will be killed. Affirmative. This is insane. You really expect us to send someone to their deaths? You can always choose to vote on no one. However, that would only benefit the killer, of course. We don't care. We're not going to play your sick game. I think this game was made with AI. I wasn't going to say it yet, but I'm really starting to think this was just an AI game. The artwork... Popo Cola... Just kind of looking around. I wasn't going to say anything because I don't like saying that, but... I think I'm going to say it. That explains why this game is so weird. What do you mean by we? Nazi-chan? Don't you go... Wait, I just noticed she has snakes. Why does she have snakes? Don't you go around forcing your own opinion on the rest of us. That's not cute at all. What? I agree with the blonde woman. Not making a choice is a choice in itself. If this killer truly exists, then nothing will send one of us to a certain demise. What about the special roles? Cici, who barely spoke a word until now, suddenly interjected. It seems the rest of your companions are also surprised by this. What about them? What if the people with the special roles step up right now? That will narrow down the list of suspects. Great idea, Cici-chan. There are 8 of us here. If we eliminate the people who play special roles, then only 5 people remain. Even if we wrote them... Why am I still playing this? This game isn't... This isn't a game. It's barely a... It's just a book. That was made with AI. Or at least really, really shit art. It's AI art. This has to be AI. I don't like saying that because, like, you can just chalk up any bad art. But this has to be. Right? This has to be. I agree as well. I'm not even really paying attention. Why am I playing this? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Developer, if this wasn't AI... If this wasn't AI, I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on, and I don't really care. I didn't know this was a sequel. If you have a franchise, that's great. Good for you. I didn't know this was a sequel. The game's title didn't say anything about it being a sequel. It just said it was called... The game page on itch.io just said Deathloop. I thought this was going to be its own thing, not a sequel to something. The artwork is weird. The story is weird. I just don't like it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have wasted my time with this. I'm not one to, like, criticize this, because it's clearly a part of something larger, and I don't think it's fair to criticize something jumping into, like, a second part of the franchise. I don't know why I left that open. I'm sorry, developer. If this was, like, if there's something weird about this game. So if this was made by a real person, I'm sorry, there's something really weird about this game. It doesn't feel real. I might be exaggerating a little bit, but it feels there's something weird about this game. The art is clearly AI. Like I'm sorry, it's either AI or you're a terrible artist. That's all there is. I'm sorry to put it that way. I wasted my time doing this, and I wasted your time with this video.